Hey, how's it going, bro? Ladies and gentlemen, ponies and gentlecolts, this is the one, the only criticism guy 2009, aka Nintendo 2011, and for all my subs and regular viewers out there, you probably know the rest. So, where my time's ahead, so I'm sure I've been working a while, you know. It's been a good year since it's a little tight on me, but you know, still kick ass anyway. But other than that, before I do begin real quick, this video is brought to you by some more Kroger drinking water shit. Works wonders if, if you're thirsty as hell out there in a hot summer day. Maybe you're out there working on exercising in a gym or whatever. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, people, I'm a little tired right now because I did my little counseling thing like 5, 6 in the morning. I usually do that every Tuesday, but it was to go like 11, 12 o'clock, so it wasn't too bad. It was like 5, 6 hours, and no, I was drained out of my fucking mind, literally, man. There was a lot of talking discussion going on while I went there, too. So, forgive me if I'm a little drowsy, drained out of energy right now because I'm a little halfway asleep. I was going to do 3 videos today, but I think I only got enough energy to do 2 videos today. So, let me just show you what videos I'm going to be doing once I get my internet back, and tomorrow is the official day I finally get my internet back. And you guys have been following my Facebook, Twitter. I'm a little pissed the fuck off since I haven't had internet in almost 2 weeks because the fucking internet company being a little piece of shit. That's the way that they are. They decided instead of like 2 or 3 days, they decided 2 weeks to give it to me. So they can go fuck off. And yeah, real quick. So these are 3 vlogs I'm going to be doing, but I'm only going to be able to post 2 of them today. Or tomorrow whenever internet starts working again. And that is, number 1, top 10 best video games of 2012. And the second one is top 10 best anime manga series out there for 2012. And the third one I'm going to do next time because that's probably going to be a half-hour video, probably 30 minutes, so these ones might take anywhere from 15 to 25 minutes, so they won't be as long. Top 10 best movies and films of 2012 are, and of course, that's why I keep taking from there. So yeah, first one I want to get started off with is the video games one. And you guys are going to have to be patient for the other one because, like I said, I'm a little drained the fuck out of energy. Since I woke up so early and everything, and I'm still half asleep. I'm still kind of like sleep mode, but by the time it's like 10 minutes go by, I'll probably be 100% awake. So bear with me. So number 10 for the top 10 best video game entertainment, franchises of all time this year are, and actually put a little bonus thing at the end. I was probably going to use the bonus one instead, but I'm going to keep it for the end, so that way, you guys will be a little bit surprised of what I'm going to say, what were the last 5 video games that I thought were pretty cool. And some of them aren't even video games. Some of them are just for, like, iPads or smartphone little things, Anything for the Droid or Sprint, cell phone company shit, So, yeah, number 10 is, I know you're going to be a little bit surprised when I say this one, because I really don't talk about this game very much at all. And as a matter of fact, I wasn't even going to do it on here. I was going to do it on my Nintendo 2011 channel because, it's usually about video games. If I'm going to do a rant or a video response, that's what I usually do on that channel. But my criticism on that channel, I decided, since, it's right around the holidays, too. It's around, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. Everyone's got a holiday wish list and shit, I decided, why not? Might as well jump on a fucking bandwagon. Even though I don't usually do that, but you know what? Why not? And I actually got this idea from a good friend of mine. He actually lives out here in Vegas too. 702. His name is 3TR Topic Reviewer. Very kick-ass dude. His name's Brian, but like his username is 3TR Topic Reviewer. He's a real kick-ass guy. I think he's got like 200-300 subs. He's got a lot more subscribers than me. But you know what? He's doing a lot better than I am, so shout out to the dude. Definitely check his channel out. He does a lot of video game reviews, movie reviews, a couple rants here and there. He rarely does a rant, and then he does a lot of unboxing, creating loops and shit like that. Very kick-ass dude, He has really good introductions to his channel too, a lot better than I probably ever will. So definitely check his channel out for sure. and subscribe to the YouTube because it's pretty chill, you know. So 3TR topics, you watching us you got really cool ass videos, man. Very intelligent, you know, very well on to the point, you know, just very good, you know, video games, so video game reviews. So yeah. Next up is, actually no, I didn't get to say number 10 was. Number 10 is Calibur 5. I'm not sure if this came out this year or last year, but when I was on Wikipedia, which is a matter of fact, I got this whole list from Wikipedia if you want to check that out. It's for the Xbox 360, PC, and PS3. And basically, you know, Calibur, you know, it's pretty kick-ass, you know, I never really got to play the third, fourth, and fifth one. I did play a little bit of the first and second one when it used to be on the Xbox and PS2. I thought it was pretty enjoyable, you know, it's got a pretty good kick-ass characters in there. The secret ones I remember back in the days, it was that Spider-Man, Darth Vader, and Link from Legend of Zelda, which is pretty kick-fucking-ass, you know. And Spider-Man, it's pretty kick-ass that he was on there, you know, a Marvel character. He's not even nothing with anime or Tekken or Streetfighter, any of that shit. They're from the United States ones, which is pretty cool, you know. I'm not sure about the Link one. I think Spider-Man and Darth Vader, they were made here in the U.S., you know, with Star Wars and all that shit. Way before Disney ended up buying them last month. Just still shocks me. I don't know how the heck Disney ended up buying Star Wars off of George Lucas. It's wild, you know. But anyways, other than that, you know, and the Spider-Man, which is a Marvel company, Marvel DC, of course, another company in the U.S., you know, he ended up being in that game, so that shocked me a little bit at that time. I think it was like 2004 or 05. All I know is I was still in like high school when it came out, way back in the day. And yeah, basically that game, you know, has a lot of good graphics, has a little like fighting skills and shit. It's a typical hand-to-hand combat kind of game, you know, the same way as Street Fighter usually is with Mortal Kombat and everything. It's kind of like that. I think for the PS2 and Xbox version, I think they shed a lot of blood, but you know, the thing with Nintendo is that like they don't usually like showing blood in their games because you know they know that there's a lot of little kids that usually play that system. So like I never really got to see it since I had the GameCube for it a long time ago. So fortunately, I never got to see too much blood. But I did rent it for the Xbox, so I saw a lot more blood in that one. So kick out, especially the girls on there. Like that one Angel girl that she has a little arrow and everything. Very hot as fuck, you know, I would definitely hit that. Alright, so, real quick, I'm itching. But yeah, real quick, Calibur 5, you know, very amazing game. I like how the storyline was, the online play that looks pretty kick-ass, you know, very promising. I think it came out in January or March of this year, I'm not sure, but you know, I really love all the graphics, all the attacks that all the players got their own special little individual combo moves. You know, that basically it's a good, you know, it's a real good look. You know, definitely can't go wrong with that game. So I highly suggest you get it. It's probably like $30-40 right now. Probably like 20 on the Steam thing or whatever. If you play Steam like I do, always got really good ass deals over there. But yeah, that's all I had to say for that one. Next up, number 9. This one's been out for a while, but I only found out about it like I think last year, January, February, when I first found out about this game. I think it was like a couple weeks or days before my birthday. It is the one, the only, and I know this thing got its start on Steam with the PC gaming. And it was a real huge indie game back in like, you know, 2009, 2010. There wasn't that many people that knew about it. I think 2011 last year is when it really started blowing up, and when it really had a huge ass fucking fan base. And I'm still not too crazy about this series since I really don't have this game. I tried it once when I was at one of my friend's houses last year, but I was like, this game's kind of boring. And no offense if anyone likes this game or not, so without further stalling, it is Minecraft. And let me tell you something about this game, Minecraft, is that like, it's kind of like how they brought the 80s and the 90s. It's kind of like that sort of thing, like the whole 2D, like Paper Mario sort of thing, you know. Sort of like that, but with a more younger generation that's even younger than my generation kind of feel, you know? I think it's beyond the Y and Z generation. Well, a lot further than my generation was, for sure. But like with a futuristic twist, you know? You know, you get to build stuff, craft stuff, hence the name Minecraft. Usually in mine shafts a lot, in these dungeons and shit. And the thing that made it different about it this year, I think it was like and during the spring around Easter when it came out, it actually came out for the Xbox 360, which is pretty fucking crazy, you know? Actually, no, I'm not sure if it was this year because I know, if any of you guys live out here in Vegas or anything, if any of you guys know what that hotel in the Mandalay Bay, I know they had a really huge convention thing out there for Minecraft. I forgot if it was this year or last year. It might have been last year, I'm not sure. But yeah, there was a big giant convention over there at the Mandalay Bay. It was called Minecon. And I know this year, it was last year because this year they just finished having it like a month ago. It was in Paris, France, all the way out there on the other side of the world. I think that's where their headquarters was. I don't know if it was there or Switzerland. It was somewhere in Europe that their headquarters is over there, you know? I think it was like Switzerland or something. I'm not sure. And anyone leave a comment down below or PM me or go on my Facebook, Twitter on that, so I'll be able to know where the origins came from. So yeah, you know, in Minecraft you basically get to build your store, you know, build your little house and everything. It's sort of like The Sims a little bit. That's kind of the reason why I really didn't like that game too much. I still kind of don't. I mean, the only thing I ever really liked about that game, Minecraft, is that, I guess, I don't know, the items you get to use and shit like that, you know, basically you get to build your own mods every fucking time you go on there, you know? You get to play co-op here and there, you know. They got a couple, you know, there's billions and trillions of modifications, aka mods, you know, or fragmentations, you know, a lot of shit out there for Minecraft that you can do. You know, plus it's really huge on YouTube too, you know. If you know people like Nova, Slyfox, Cupquake, you know, Gassy Mexican and fucking Spoon, even that other dude, Chimney Swift, you know, if you know any of those people, they basically make their living off of that game. They make anywhere from probably $50,000, $70,000 probably a week just to do a couple videos here and there, you know? That's why they don't never have to worry about not getting a job and shit like that. Cause, I mean, I know I got a job, $13, $15 an hour for like school cafeteria shit, but I didn't get to do it today, so I gotta wait till tomorrow. This is only gonna be my last week too because I get my 2 weeks off, and so this is gonna be the last paycheck I get. So I gotta be very careful how I spend my money this week when I get my check. As for them, they never have to worry about spending money, you know. They're basically almost rich off the internet due to this game Minecraft, you know. But I don't want to make it all about Minecraft. Overall, I guess it's an okay game. It doesn't suck as bad as The Sims does, but you know, it's alright. If I had to get it for a system, it wouldn't be for PC, but I mean it would be for PC because you got a lot more things to do on there, but my memory the disk space on my computer is kind of low, so I wouldn't be able to play this game on my PC. I would probably have to get up with the 360 instead, so yeah. But I don't have a 360, so if I had a 360, I'd probably get it on that system. So yeah, Minecraft, number 9. Number 8, Streetfighter versus Tekken, for the PS3, 360, and PC. I'm a very huge fan of this game. Unfortunately, I never got to play it, not even on a demo. I know one of my people that I'm subscribed to, Mellow Mike 21, he has this game, and he's a very huge fan of it. And I know last week he was talking about it for a little while because there was this other girl named Bostonian chick, 973 or 976, that she used to play with him a lot. And I used to watch a couple of those videos, and it was pretty kick-ass. None of them did like video game commentary, like Let's Plays and shit like that, but he did a pretty decent fucking ass job, kick-ass fucking job. So thumbs up to that guy. And check him out too, Mellow Mike 21. He's a real cool YouTuber, so shout out to him. And I always give him a lot of shout outs. So yeah. You know, basically you got your old school characters for like Street Fighter, you know, you got that dude that did the Guilty's theme song, him. You got Cammy, and of course you got that beautiful hot piece of ass Chun-Li, one of the most hottest video game characters back in the 80s, you know, late 80s, early 90s. Because I remember when I used to go to the arcades in the mid-late 90s, I used to love playing that girl Chun-Li. She was kick fucking ass, even the big boss dude, you know, very badass for sure. There's a couple other ones I can mention, but I don't want to take too much of your guys' time. And then of course Tekken. I actually played a lot more Tekken back in the days when I did with Street Fighter, so I know a lot of their fucking names, you know. They got Jill Valentine, sort of like the Resident Evil girl, but different. There was Jin. There was Hitachi, that old ass dude that was like Master Roshi or something like that. He used to do all these energy blasts and shit on me, all these dragon ice moves and shit. Very amazing. You know, I loved how beautiful the graphics were at that time. It was literally ahead of its time. You know, history in the making. You know, because in my era, when I was still a little kid, you know, PS1, N64, and all that other shit, like Dreamcast, just started coming out. Unfortunately, Dreamcast didn't make it that far. Only made it like 2 years, and I was good. We all know what happened to that with Sega, unfortunately. But the other two ended up going very, very far, and that's where they are today. Now you got the Wii U and PS3, PS Vita, you know, maybe a PS4 next year, I'm not sure, only time will tell. But yeah, Street Fighter, you know, all the little comical relief, all the gag reels to it, especially when you did the story mode for it, that was my favorite part of the game. But yeah, that's why I would say on number 8, Street Fighter versus Tekken, definitely check that shit out. If you got the game, you are a lucky son of a bitch. But yeah, other than that, let's go on to number 7. This one came out last year. I did play a little bit of a demo on it. I wasn't too crazy about it, but it was alright, because I shouldn't even have to say his name, because that's how hugely famous this character's been. Right next to rivals with Mario, of course. And it is Sonic Generations. And this game, I thought it was pretty kick-ass. I played like 2-3 levels of it. The levels are undoubtedly one of the most greatest artistic levels ever created, you know? You know, it's for PS3, 360, the Wii U, and PC, so it's basically for all of them. I played it for the PC version, it was alright, but then I kind of got a lot of lag on it, so I didn't really get to play it that well, unfortunately, but, you know, that's what you get when it's a demo, you know? And I got it when the Steam sale thing was real big last year, and still is this year, too. Well, the only thing I can say about this game, I love how they made the intro to the story, excuse me. Let me take my water break real quick, and I'll get back to you in a second. Hold on. Hopefully the camera's still rolling. It didn't stop or anything, but yeah. Yeah, Sonic Generations, you know, I really love how they did the introduction, you know, how they introduced the old school Sonic. Sort of the one I grew up with, even though it was made in 1985, and I wasn't born until like 4 years later in '89, so I still got to play it for Sega Genesis, Sega Saturn when I was 7, 8 years old. Like 3, 4 years before the Dreamcast came out, you know. It was a very amazing game, you know. They show the old school Sonic, they make them all fat and round, just like how they did with, if any of you guys ever watched those YouTube proofs of Sonic the Hedgehog, the cartoon, he looked exactly like that, you know. And I remember the first time I saw Sonic when I was growing up, back in the late 90s, I thought it was cool, you know. That's when I played it on Sega Saturn before I played it for Sega Genesis, you know. It was a little bit better graphics. Instead of 16-bit graphics, it was 20-bit, you know. And the Sonic 3D pinball game, that was actually the first game I played for Sonic. I thought it was alright, but when I saw the original one, you know, back when Knuckles was the enemy instead of your friend, and way before Shadow was made in 2001, 2002, you know, when GameCube came out, you know, and all the other ones in the future, like Silver the Hedgehog, Black the Cat, Silver the Hedgehog, Rouge the Bat, Blaze the Cat, that one, and who else? You know, Sonic the Hedgehog when he turns into a werewolf, you know, way before all those games came out in the 2000s, all the way up to right now, the present time, you know, very amazing game. This guy is a legend in the making. Whoever thought a blue hedgehog would be like one of the most greatest legends in video game history, you know? Besides Mario, you know, and Pikachu, you know? Other than that, yeah, that's what I have to say about Sonic Generations. One more thing I really like about this game, the way they remodified all the games, the old school levels from the mid-late 80s to like the late 90s, very kick-ass. I love how they revamped all the music and everything, like almost into like dubstep in a way, and there's all these more little secret corners and shit. And it goes from like 2D to 3D. Sometimes it'll go flat screen when you're the old school Sonic, and when you're the new school, like nowadays Sonic, the one from the present right now, then it goes all to 3D. So I kind of like how they did that concept, you know? It's like, especially for like old school Sonic fans like I am, because, you know, obviously, I got the shirt. So yeah, this one's the old school Sonic too, it ain't the new school one. And I got a wallet with it too, so I'm a pretty huge Sonic fanboy on there. Yeah, but I still love Mario. I played a lot with Mario back in the days, way before I started playing Sonic 2 years later, but yeah, that's how I did it. So yeah, Sonic Generations. Number 6, Once again, this is sort of like Minecraft. Like I said earlier, it's an indie game, so we're kind of like coming out of their pockets. Not like Minecraft anymore, because nowadays that game is very mainstream. It ain't underground anymore. Even though it started out as an indie game like 2 years ago, but now its popularity has gone through the fucking roof. Sky's the limit for that thing. Alright, it's Binding of Isaac, Wrath of the Lamb, and a lot of you people last year, if you got a Steam account or anything, if you follow me on my Steam, I have this game, I play it every couple times, you know. I never got the upgrade for it because I'm all kind of broke at that time. I'm thinking about getting it this Christmas when it gets way cheaper, maybe $5 or $10 cheaper, I don't know, we'll see. Binding of Isaac, Wrath of the Lamb, it's the same thing. This actually came out a couple months ago, like, I think it was in June or July. It was during the summer, either June, July, or August when it came out. It was pretty kick-ass, you know. I've seen a lot of videos on it, like, once again, the people I'm subscribed to, like Cupquake and all them, and Lucklin, and this other dude, the Gamer Stage, you know, he's a pretty funny guy. He's got, like, I think 15,000, 20,000 subs, so he's doing pretty good for stuff. He's on my Nintendo through 2011, so if you want to check him out, you know, I'll leave a link down here below so you can check that guy out too, him and Lucklin. You know, he does a lot of Minecraft too, Lucklin41. Plus he's a machinima producer, so he's definitely making bank for sure. You know, a lot of money. Let's see, that's the thing. If they start doing it just for the money, that's when it's not really that cool anymore. But other than that, let's keep going. Binding of Isaac, Wrath of the Lamb, you know. I could get into the original story, so it's gonna take like 2-3 minutes. Let me do it real fast. So basically, it's about a kid named Isaac. You know, he's basically he's in a like a Mormon Christian kind of like very strict religious household, and like the mother's a very crazy ass psychopathic fucking bitch. Because she's listening to these thoughts, but she thinks it's coming from God, but it's really from the devil. She tells him, Isaac's mom, to like lock him up in his room and take all of his worldly possessions, belongings and shit like that, and like the TV and everything, his little toys. And then the second thing that she tells him to do is make sure he takes all his friends away from him, so he doesn't have no social life anymore. And then the third thing she tells him to do, which is very disturbing, especially if you have kids, you know. Unfortunately, this shit happens in real life with domestic violence, like a mother kills her kids, or dad like ends up shooting his kids in the face and kills them, you know, and turns to them himself, you know. Unfortunately, this shit does happen in real life, and I feel real sorry for those kind of people. But yeah, you know, this is a video game, that's different. You don't have to feel sorry for them. The Lord, which is really like the devil in disguise, that's telling the mom to do all this to Isaac. She says, he tells like Isaac's mom to like go stab him to death, so like she gets to heaven. And then she goes in with this big ass lamb, and that's when Isaac, he ends up finding this big ass fucking like this little basement thing, like this little secret room basement where you open the lock, and it was underground. It was like a little secret maze thing you had to go through underground. He opens the door and then he escapes, and then he has to fight all his way through these monsters and shit like that. And he fights his mom at the end, he destroys his mom, then she's got to destroy the devil after that, which was another update last year when it was Halloween last year. Not the one from this past year. And then he defeats the devil, and then everything goes back to normal, you know? And yeah, this one, Wrath of the Lamb, it's with a completely different boss. It's called like the Black Widow and the Husk. Not the one for killing Floor the Husk, but it's a different Husk. And it's basically it's a little like Egyptian pyramids-like theme that they're going with, you know, like pharaohs and all that, you know, Egyptian shit like Moses and everything, you know, that sort of thing, you know, Indiana Jones kind of way, you know. And they put a whole bunch of new items in there, new enemies, new bosses, you know, new levels, you know, new basement floor. So I like how they did the music for it too. And if any of you guys have ever played Super Meat Boy, this is the same guy that made Super Meat Boy too, so definitely check that out. And if any of you guys are real old school gamers with the guy that made this, I don't remember his name, but very kick-ass. He actually looks like one of my friends I used to kick it in high school with, but I think he was like Canadian or something, I don't know. Shout out to Canadians, because he kind of look like my friends. But yeah, he made, besides Binding of Isaac, this guy, he also made Super Meat Boy, which ended up going real big on Xbox Arcade. And this other one, if you're a real huge fan of this dude, I forgot what his name was, but yeah, I don't remember. It's called Gish, G-I-S-H. Go on YouTube, you'll find a couple videos on it. It's about this big car thing, and that he's trying to save his like girlfriend from this big demonic monster or whatever. So definitely check that shit out for sure. Gish. That one is Super Meat Boy. So check those out. Binding of Isaac. Let me just check how long I've been doing this video. Whew. a lot longer than I thought. Almost 30 minutes. So I'm going to wrap this up as quick as I can in the last 5 minutes. So yeah. Number 5, Tony Hawk Pro Skater HD. This actually came out in June a few months ago. I never got to play the game, but I saw it from Sly Fox Town. I don't have to tell you who he is. He has billions of subscribers already. Yeah, you know, well, Tony Hawk Pro Skater. If you grew up in the mid-late 90s like I did, you definitely know who this guy is, Tony Hawk. Even people who never skated know who Tony Hawk is, you know? And then he ended up making us Pro Skater games, you know, for like Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Nintendo 64, and even, what's it called? Of course, PS1, because I never owned that N64, unfortunately. The only things I owned for Nintendo was Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, the Advance SD, and a couple other ones, like, you know, even the very first Super Nintendo when I first got it. That was the first system I ever got, ever. That one, Game Boy Color. And then after that, I ended up owning a GameCube, but I sold it because it ended up breaking after like 4 years of having it. And what else? Had the Wii, and that's it. And then of course the 3DS, the DS, and what else did I have? I don't have the Wii U, unfortunately, but I really want to try to get it next year, so you might see my Wii U next year, you know? I really don't have a lot of money to be spending that console and shit, so yeah. Yeah, Tony Hawk Pro Skater, very kick-ass game. It's got a lot of legendary skaters on there. It's got Bob Burnquist, Mike Valley, who else? Maybe Shaun White, I'm not sure. I know he's a snowboarder, but he does a lot of skateboarding shit too. Even people that don't snowboard or skateboard, and who Shaun White is, he was on The Apprentice before, and like a couple of reality shows, and of course on ESPN Sports, Extreme Sports, you know. Very legendary guy, Shaun White. And who else? There's like a couple other guys that are really huge on there. There's even that one old school Moreno black dude on there. Very good at skating, by the way. Kareem Campbell, I think he would have been on there. And then Antoine Johnson, I think he might be on there. I don't know. There's a couple black skaters that are pretty good on there too. So, you know, definitely check that game out if you have the money for it. Tony Hawk Pro Skater High Def. This one doesn't really need an introduction either. It's been blowing up since, I think 2010, the first one that came out for it, 2011, I'm not sure. The way I found out about this game was through a friend of mine when I still used to work at this old school grocery place a long time ago before I quit because the manager there was kind of a piece of shit and I didn't like him anymore, you know. I busted my ass for shit, so yeah, I told him to go fuck off. I'm not working for him no more because he treated every single employee out there like crap, literally. But yeah, I found out through a friend of mine when he used to be a friend before he moved out to California. He told me about this game. It was called Boarderlands, and I'm going to talk about Boarderlands too. The first time I heard about this, he told me about this really beautiful hot piece of ass, which at first when I saw her, she looked like a ripoff of Harley Quinn a little bit, but when I found out what she was about, she was a lot more darker and evil than Harley Quinn was. And her name was Mad Moxie, you know. They said she was like 50, 60 years old, and I'm like, damn, she looks fucking hot to be 60 years old. Because I don't see no old white hair or anything. She looked like she was fucking 21. Literally, so I was really shocked when I found out she was 60. I was like, damn. Because it's about her, like, she's doing this competition thing with her husbands and everything. She's trying to find out who's the best husband. And then when after you defeat all those people and all that, you know, all these monsters and demons and shit, you gotta, like, face her, and then, like, she's, like, the hardest boss in that game. And in Borderlands 2, I'm not sure what that's about, but the only thing I know is that the character Lilith from Borderlands 1, she's back in there again, so I'm glad they kept her. For Borderlands 2, it's for PS3, 360, the Wii, and PC, so it's a pretty huge ass deal, you know. It sold over 70, 80 million fucking copies within the first month. So you can tell this game was pretty kick-ass. I saw it for Best Buy, it's like $75. And I'd probably get for PC because it's only like $50 on there, so yeah, saving more money that way. Yeah, Borderlands 2, what else can I say about it? It's got a lot of like psychic telekinetic powers that you use in the game. It's a first-person shooter game, so if you're not a fan of this first-person shooter game, probably not going to want to get it. But other than that, very amazing game. I'm not sure what the storyline is for Borderlands 2, but a lot of the graphics look cool. You know, a lot of the guns look very, very realistic and kick-ass, except for the psychic telekinetic power. Like, she uses them like Magneto does for his steel powers from X-Men a little bit. You know what I'm saying there? Next one up real quick is a Super Mario Brothers U for the Wii U, of course, and the original Wii. What else? And then the 3DS, of course, you know. I really don't have to explain about that game. That basically explains itself. You know, you got to collect the coins and everything, and it's basically like another ripoff, not a ripoff, another, you know, collecting the coins, saving the princess from Bowser, and your brother Luigi ends up joining as his partner and taking a whole bunch of Koopa ass and Goomba ass, you know, all the little reptilian baddies out there. Even I'm not sure if Yoshi's in that game. He might be. We'll see. If anyone knows that game, you are a lucky bastard. But other than that, you know, yeah, I'm not even hating or anything. You know, a very lucky person. Number 2 is Sonic and All-Star Racing. Actually, no. Sonic All-Star Racing and then Transformers. Which, actually, no, excuse me, I said that wrong. Sonic All-Star Racing Transform. I was going to say the other one Transformers, but that's different. I'm not sure too much about this game. You're going to have to go on Wikipedia and find out why I put this as number 2. And number 1, which is a very big deal, especially a couple weeks ago when it came out, literally, especially on Black Friday when this game came out, literally chaos all over the fucking place. It was probably like that all over the world. Cause this franchise has been around since, I think 2004 or 05 when it came out on Xbox the first year it came out. So it's been around for like 8-9 years already. So it's pretty legendary almost after a decade with this game. I never really liked this game too much until the first BO2 came out, but this is none other than Call of Duty Black Ops 2. And basically, very amazing game. I really like it a lot. I don't know why the dogs are barking. Probably the neighbors over there because it's only 8 o'clock. It's not even 12 or 1 in the morning yet. But yeah, you know, Call of Duty Black Ops 2. I really love this game. I haven't got a chance to play with it, unfortunately, because I'm so busy with work and exercise that I haven't even got a chance to play with that Best Buy yet, you know. So, what can I say? You know, the gadgets and the guns are very badass. You still got the kill streaks and everything, you know. You still get to blow the shit out of people, you know. You still get to talk to people here and there. I don't know too much about the story mode, but I know the multiplayer, you know, MMORPG version of that. Very well written, you know. A lot of the voice actors I heard on that game was very badass, you know. I think Samuel Jackson was supposed to be on there, I'm not sure. But other than that, you know, all the combat shit, the tactical, everything, you know, capture the flag, you know, red team versus blue team kind of shit, you know, that's still in that game. There's a lot more, there's more hovercraft in that game, there's more machines you get to do on it, there's sentry turrets in there. And I love how the levels that they made them out and everything, you know, like, the one when they're on the boat yacht thing, you got to kill everyone on that. And then there's one where you go underground into a desert area. Very kick-ass, you know. Highly suggest you get that game. You know, probably sold out by now. It's probably like over a zillion copies that have been sold for that thing. Of course, Activision was the one that made it. They've been around for like 20 years already. So they're pretty legendary. I know they made Spider-Man a long time ago, Superman, Batman. They made a lot of superhero games, so they're very legendary, billion-dollar franchise, video game industry. Oh, speaking of which, video game industry, there's one that's coming out to Vegas, which is going to be making a new Grand Theft Auto 6 in a couple more years, because I know Grand Theft Auto 5 is coming out next year. But yeah, I heard that, whatchamacallit, Call of Duty Black Ops 2, you know, very legend. But yeah, other than that, you know, there's 2K games. They're going to be out here for the next 10, maybe 20 years. It's going to be, instead of California, where they're originally from, there, or Washington, or I think they were from Vancouver, Canada, just like Ubisoft games. Now we got 2K games. It's going to make a lot more people that make video games, that really love video games, that ones that live out here in Vegas, you know. It's going to make us appreciate them more, because they'll be right around the corner. You know, it's a very huge legendary place, 2K games. They make a lot of sports games as well, but they made a couple of Grand Theft Auto games as well. So besides Rockstar Entertainment, because they're very legendary too, of course. So yeah, I'm proud to say that it's out here now. And they're going to be making even more money, and so they can do a lot of studying and shit. I think it might be 2 years. I'm not sure if it's 10 or 20 years. But yeah. And the bonuses, I'm not going to explain any definitions for these because they're not very huge. Angry Birds Star Wars versions for the iPod and smartphone. That's very self-explanatory in a way. So, of course, a lot of kids love that one, but I think it's pretty funny. I know the only reason why that game ever got created was last year when that movie Rio came out. That's how it got its shine. And then PlayStation All-Stars, it's like Super Smash Bros. Brawl, but It's a little bit more story mode and multiplayer on it. I heard it's kind of crappy, so yeah. And what else? Zombies Ate My Neighbors. I know that's not from the nowadays 2012, it's from like 1990, 91, back on Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis were running this game before PS1 came out. And yeah, the last one, Payday the Heist, I know that came out last year. Very kick-ass game, you know. They got all the Joker masks from the Dark Knight and shit, you know. It's a real good first-person shooter game. I highly suggest you go get it. It's probably like $30 or $40 by now. It's not $70 anymore. Last but not least, Transformers Prime the game. I don't know too much about that game, so if you're a Bandai on Transformers nerd, like Optimus Prime and Megatron, if you're with Autobots or Decepticons, you know, good for you. Because I'm not really huge on that game, but the movies, of course, are a lot kick-ass, you know? If you're a fanboy of it, cool. That's all good, you know? I don't got no problem with that at all. So that's all I have to say. Hope you like this video game review I did, best video games of 2012. So I will see you when I see you. Is what it is, ain't what it ain't. Like, comment, subscribe, favorite this video. Tell your friends, fans about it. You know, follow me on Facebook at facebook.com, zecron32012@gmail.com. Twitter, NintendoFan2012. My other channel, NintendoFan2011. Nintendo Anime Manga Guy 360 from my secret channel if you want to watch that. And my last two, DeviantArt.com/ManWolverine and Steam.com/ShadowSonic Manga Guy. I'm getting out of here. See stuff I got late. See you when I see you around. Have a good day. Have a good night. I'm out. Bye.